All right, welcome to episode 20 of Adventures in Inbetweening. My name's Paul, and today I'm going to be talking about a show that I worked on almost 20 years ago called Mucha Lucha. I'll be focusing on one episode I animated on in the third season called Mars Madness. It's almost impossible to find a copy of this these days, so you'll have to forgive the presence of the field guide and scene markers here. I also only have temp audio that was used in production, so this isn't the final sound edit since I can't find that anywhere. There's the first couple of shots that I worked on here with the spaceship coming in and flying around flying around Mars. So you can see Flash gives you, we start with this design and you can do a lot of stuff with Flash. You can pop from one drawing to the next. You can add some transparency. When it comes to the planet here, look at this. It's just a mask slowly going across the circle of the globe of the planet here, and that little shadow staying in place kind of makes it look more three-dimensional. Flea screaming, of course. Flea's running in. Look at how much extension we can get on his leg here. We're focusing on the hands. Flea's hands are always interesting. We'll be talking more about his hands later. As he starts to stop here, the ears are going to follow through and get some interesting shapes. Again, looking at the hands, getting maximum silhouette. Now here is where I did an 11 drawing stagger. So if you're not familiar with staggers, basically the idea is you start at one extreme, you go to another extreme, and then you play those drawings. Once you've in between those drawings, you play them out of order, as I've done here. 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, and then 10, 11, and boom, down. So if you ever see the term X-dis, that means there's a cross dissolve there. It's one scene dissolving into another scene so that we have a transition showing the passage of time.
Hey, look! Down there!
It's the Martian rover sent from Earth to take pictures of Mars.
Now, I didn't know it at the time, but this Martian rover is based on the real one with 6 wheels and everything. It's pretty accurate.
The scientists on Earth will be able to see us and send help. Woohoo! Yahoo!
Now, of course, Flea's going to come in and ruin everything. He's going to land on the Martian rover. Now, even though it's metal, because it's animation, we can change the line of action of the rover here. You can see what's going on with Flea's arms coming in. We've got the rocks bouncing up for some nice overlap, offsetting the 2 robot arms, even stretching out to Flea's pupils and get away with a lot. Then we're going to move into the arms here. So we got curved arms into straight arms, lots of contrast. And that's just the beginning of the contrast. The next frame, boom, we pop into that. Now, how can we pop into something so different? Because we're moving in that direction.
No, Flea! No, Flea!
Now, Flea is crazy. He's so fun to animate because he loses his mind often, and you can just get away with a lot. So here, just the shadow in Flash, it's basically taking all the animation, flattening it, making it transparent white. One of the wonderful things about Flash is you, as an animator, you handle a lot. You're handling the shadows if you want. You're handling the effects, those blur lines, that's all drawn on there. The debris, this is all handled by the animator. So here, let's talk about Flea's hands. Well, let's talk about the heads first. The head comps, basically a head comp is the head of the character with all of the different eyes and mouths inside of it. You can see we've got 28 different mouths here, 14 happy, 14 sad, a bunch of different eyes. And we also have the hand comp. Now, Flash is great because it keeps all of these hands in a symbol. And you can see here, Flea had 133 hands. So this was enough for us to work with. By the time we got to season 3, there was a lot.
Oh my goodness! There is life on Mars!
Gentlemen, you know what we have to do.
Roger that, Roger.
Now again, talking about the effects here. This is something we get to do in Flash. I can have this white screen on here. I can have the white Flea on the black background. All of this is done by the artist, and of course there could be post-production on top of it, but normally this would be done by several different people in a production. So Flash is great that it lets you do all of this, all in one step.
Flea, are you okay?
Ouch! Look! It must be using its self-defense mechanism.
So of course the Martian rover is going to be growing here. And let's take a look at how I brought this together. So again, white on black, have these effects on here. And I can't remember where we came up with the idea. I'm guessing it was suggested to me about, okay, so we've got all these different pieces. How are we going to have them come on? This robot has to build itself somehow. So because all the pieces are already in Flash, we can just build them one at a time and then have this white transparent piece come on to just give it a bit more flashy look to it. Popping those arms out. Smash the hood down again. White on black, black on white. Overshoot, settle, a little bit of a sheen on the green.
Let's lucha this bad boy.
We have all these lasers coming up here. Again, we start with one design, so it's left to the animator to decide how to get these up here. So it's like, okay, well, I'll just bring on one at a time, start them small, pop them large, overshoot and settle back. Make it visually interesting.
Ouch.
Uh-oh.
So here we're meeting Quetzalcoatl, and he is going to be the nemesis for our three heroes here. And because this is such a complicated design, I actually ended up drawing this in Illustrator and copying and pasting it over. There were so many lines on this. I tried animating it in Flash, and it was just so time-consuming to get all these, every single line drawn here. So there's, it's a matter of just coming up with a few designs and trying to smooth it out. There's some nice blur lines as the characters get thrown off. Title cards. Boom. We get to, again, we're given the title card. We get a lot of latitude what to do with it. So we go, yeah, again, it's like, well, if I'm going to do this, I'll put black on white, white on black. I'll animate the letters separately. I'll have some reflections go on top of them. With the punch here, let's add some red into that white and black. Let's just make black background. Have that nice punch effect come out there. And here, we're going to truck in, smash truck in, at the same time as we're doing white on black, black on white effects. And camera shake as well. And some electricity, which I drew on the robot there. Now you can see the difference in size here. They actually start the same size, but making them go large to small.
Huh?
The tail here, I got a lot of mileage out of this tail. I think it was an 8 drawing tail cycle. Yay! Mucha Lucha! It was a fun show to work on. I really enjoyed animating on Mars Madness, and I hope you enjoyed me breaking it down. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.